Coming to you live from my apartment, it's Rob Has a Podcast. And now, here's the guy who couldn't be more excited to talk about Big Brother at the end of the day. Rob Cesternino. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our Big Brother Canada wrap-up. This is our final Friday of the Big Brother Canada season. Can you believe it? And here we are. We've got a great show because we are joined by somebody, one of the titans of Big Brother podcasting is joining us here today from Big Brother 15. Here he is. You know him from On the Block. Here is Spencer Clawson. Spencer, how are you?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm really glad to be able to do this again with you. I always love doing your podcast. So.
Yeah, well, we had a lot of fun, I felt like, in the summer, and you really know your stuff when it comes to this, so I was glad that we were able to get you in before the end of the season.
Well, I just fake that I know my stuff. That's why I wait till there's only 4 house guests left, and there's already an HOH crown, so it makes my job pretty easy to speculate from
Yeah,
here.
You got a 1 in 4 shot tonight.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And joining us to talk about what's going on the live feeds, of course, you know this guy, Taryn Armstrong is back. And Taryn, you look like you are about to take like a yearbook photo with your background tonight.
I have a new colored wall. It's special.
Wow, I like it. Very nice. Very nice. And speaking of colored walls, let's bring in another one of our live feed reporters. Here is Shannon Dower.
Hi.
How you doing, Shannon?
I'm good.
All right, so we are live here. Of course, we are just days after a double elimination. Only what, Spencer? How many episodes left? Sunday, Monday, and then Wednesday?
3. Yeah, 3 eps left. Yep.
3 shows away from the Big Brother Canada finale, and then we start the march to Big Brother US. Which do you know the premiere date off the top here? Was it like June 24th?
That sounds right, but I couldn't swear to it. That does sound right, though.
24th, 25th. That's very exciting. So we're about just outside of a month until Big Brother US kicks off. So it's going to be a really, really quick turnaround between these two. Spencer, do you like that they're close together now?
Yeah, absolutely. I like that. I do like it, honestly, because it crams all your Big Brother into about 6 months, and then you can have 6 months off. So that's what I dig about it. But no, it's fine. It didn't take me long to turn around and prep and get ready for another one. So.
Yeah, they should, the day that the Big Brother Canada ends, they should announce the cast for Big Brother US.
I would like that.
Just to go back to back. All right, so of course we're live here on a Friday night. We got the chat room open here on robswebsite.com. We're also taking your tweets, hashtag RHAP, and then we're also going to take your questions on our YouTube channel at robswebsite.com/YouTube. Also, we have been so busy this week on the podcast and on the website that it was the Survivor finale. We sent 20 people back to Survivor this week, and so we have all this other stuff going on. Then I had Shane Powers out of nowhere wanted to come to my house, and I did 90 minutes of Frost Nixon with Shane Powers last night. So we're just behind on the exit interviews on Big Brother Canada. So what we're gonna do is I talked with Zach and Peely on Thursday. That was only yesterday. It feels like it was a week ago. And we're going to post that at the end of this podcast. So if you're listening to the audio version of this, just keep listening because you're going to go right into Zach and Peely. Or if you're watching this on the YouTube, when we post the audio version of that, we'll post also in that same episode after this part of the show's over. We'll go right into Zach and Peely. All right. So nice talk with both of them. Zach was good. He didn't seem like he was too bitter. Peely was Peely. Spencer.
Yeah, I was not afraid of that.
She's very nice.
Yes, she does. She seems super pleasant.
Yeah.
So she's a sweetheart.
Yes. So let's get into talking about this. And so here we are after the double elimination, and I was somewhat surprised, and maybe I shouldn't have been, but at the point where Ashley wins the power of veto.
Okay.
Spencer, were you surprised that it's the decision of Sarah and Brittany to keep Godfrey in the house and vote out Pilar?
Watching, I think that was the wrong decision. In the game, I know that they were super focused on breaking up a duo, and that's all they were going to do. There was no other option for them. They don't realize how dangerous Godfrey is, I don't believe. I know from I know from some exit stuff with Zach and Peely, they don't have any faith in Godfrey at all, and I think that he looks like a joke. So to them.
So, as a TV show viewer, I have felt good about Godfrey, and I think Godfrey has a good shot to win this thing. But like in doing these exit interviews and talking to the people, as they come out of the house, nobody is like, boy, Godfrey, he's playing one hell of a game in there. If he gets to the end, he's got the vote. And Zach was asked, both on the sideshow, and I followed up with him about this. He says Sarah's going to win. Yeah. Nobody's talking about Godfrey as the winner.
No. Godfrey's played the kind of game that we've enjoyed as DRs. We found him funny. He's a great house guest. He is enjoyable to watch. He has been articulate with the strategy that he's working out, which has made the viewers really like him instead of just a guy that's in there that in any other season be called a floater. I think that he's played a very unique game. I think that he's played a game that really deserves a lot more praise than it's going to get by his fellow house guests. But I think it's a shame, but I don't believe there's a chance that Godfrey wins it.
Wow. Can you think of another Big Brother player that was seemingly playing a good game, but the people in the house did not feel like is playing a good game? I feel like we always see the opposite, where people are talking about somebody who's, that person's playing a good game, and we're not seeing it. But I really feel like Godfrey has done a good job this season, but it doesn't seem like anybody in the house shares that opinion.
No, when basically there became two sides of the house, and Godfrey really wasn't in any side. He's just been he's basically the guy that wasn't in your alliance that you liked enough not to target. Is Godfrey's position in the house, and as the sides started battling, he just kind of found a real fluid place in the middle to stay. Andy Herron always talks about how he's played the middle better than anybody's ever played before, all this kind of stuff. Dude, Godfrey's done that. And when Andy played, there wasn't two legitimate sides of the house. It was a broken up super alliance from week 1 or 2, and everybody thought Andy was in his side on their side. Everybody's kind of they're on to Godfrey, but Godfrey has absolutely had to play the middle and come up with good arguments, good points to keep him or to not see him as a target. Godfrey is underrated by his house, but I'm glad that he's getting the love outside the house that he deserves. So,
do you see Godfrey like an Andy? Because I feel like they seem different in terms of like Andy was sort of just like trying a lot harder than Godfrey. But I guess in some ways we do see Godfrey bounce from person to person.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, Godfrey, he covers his bases with everybody. That's very important. He does smart things. Like yesterday, he was griping with Sarah, and he was like, "Oh man, now that Peely's gone, I can't win against anybody." He plays these little kind of like head games, and he's super smart. Andy was always on the ends. He was always involved in decision making, the things that were going on in the house, where Godfrey has not been. So, in a way, I'm not saying that Godfrey's a superior player than Andy. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying it's harder to play the middle when you don't have all the information than it is when you do have all the information. So I feel like Godfrey has played a stellar game.
Yeah, to me, I guess the scenario in my head that I always imagined in Godfrey winning was I always imagined him up against Peely in the end. And I always just imagined him in that final two just saying like I'm up here against Peely, yo, it's Peely. I just saw him like being like really animated about that, just like calling the attention to the fact that he was there with Peely, and somebody was going to be bringing Peely there to the end, and he was going to win that final 3 HOH and then take her at the end. But yeah, I don't. It's a good point. I'm not sure he could beat any of these people with the jury.
I don't know. He could have a compelling speech that might gain a vote or two for him, but I don't think it'll put him over the mark to win.
How about this?
Go ahead.
Would the diapers vote for him over one of Sarah or Brittany?
No, I don't believe so. I think Zach is hell-bent on Sarah winning this thing. If given the opportunity to vote for her, he's dying to, which will also carry huge influence over Kevin in the jury house. Jordan, you've got Peely voting however Kevin votes. And then, if Ashley's there, I don't know. I just don't see it.
He's going to be up against, and I don't want to make this all about Godfrey, but if he is in that final two, Ian Terry talks about this when we have him on the podcast, about how when he was in the house, Mike Boogie told him about, it's about your resume when you get to the final two, that I won this many comps and I had this, and all those three women have won, and Godfrey really has not.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I agree it's about the resume, but look what Godfrey has on his resume that nobody else has. Godfrey has, on the season that I've been a little turned off by just due to as many twists as we've had, I think that Twistos has really exercised their advertising dollar and controlled the way the game goes, which I frown on personally. Yeah,
have gone through the roof.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, if you've got a corporation that's sponsoring your twists, they're going to try to get as much bang for their buck as possible. And I think that Godfrey's unique ability to basically work his game around some heavy twists that come, the saves, which is basically a coup d'etat, the triple eviction, the double eviction, the veto when Bruno had it that he could use, somebody coming back in the house. Like, these things didn't hurt Godfrey, but they really hurt everybody else. And there's something to be said for that agile style of gameplay, that he was never in a position where he got bit, and everybody who was in power each week thought that they could depend on Godfrey to exercise their will. So Godfrey's kind of like, hey, I'm here, use me the way you need to. Like when he went and kind of made this fake deal with Kevin and Peely, he was like, I'll be on the block. I don't want you two on the block. You keep me around, I'll be on the block. I need you two to vote for me, but we'll work together. We'll do that kind of stuff. And he's made some kind of gutsy game moves, and I wish I was sitting here telling you I think he could win it. I just don't think he can. But I'm arguing a winning game, in my opinion, when you talk about stuff that he's done.
Who do you think is his best bet to sit next to in that final two?
Nobody.
What about Brittany? I feel like Ashley is bad, right? Ashley's the worst, right?
Ashley's the worst. Sarah's second worst, tied for worst. I mean,
Brittany could be.
Brittany would be his absolute best person to set up next to. If he could point out each twist, where Brittany was in relationship to each twist that happened, whether it directly impacted and helped her game, and if she could have done that without the aid of a twist, which he had no benefits of any twist or any advantages. So I don't know. It depends if he constructs an argument. I think that they do feel like Sarah's the brains of the operation. Brittany's just won when she's needed to a point. So there's an argument. There's an argument there.
Yeah, to me, and it's so crazy again to see Brittany, back into power in this double eviction. And it's so wild, like every time there's been some sort of special power in the house, it's always Brittany that ends up getting it. And good on her. I'm not saying it's like any sort of favoritism or anything like that. She really has, I said this a couple of weeks ago on the show, she's really been just like the Pac-Man in the house, where she's just chased around the house all season long. And then from time to time, she just gets that like big dot sometimes. She's going,
yeah.
And then after, for 20 minutes on the live show, and then she goes back to, okay, I'm gonna move around.
Yeah, no, that's a brilliant analogy. I totally agree. That is exactly how her game's going. She spent a lot of time not knowing what to do, running around, and then boom, a twist happens right when she knows there's big threats, and she knows she needs to target them. She's at least aware that she's played the twists well, but I do, that Pac-Man analogy is beautiful.
She's queen of the twists. Queen of
she is
Queen Twisto.
So hey, I like Brittany. She's in my all my preseason pools, so I'm glad I'm glad she's doing well. But
okay, so then let's shift the focus away from Godfrey. Now, if it came down to Sarah and Brittany getting to the end together, who do you think wins in that matchup?
Sarah.
Is it close?
Is it close? No, I don't think so. I don't think. I mean, like, are their games close? Yes. Are the votes going to be close? I don't think the votes were reflected. I don't think we'll get down to like a Maggie of that season 6 type vote where one vote decides the whole thing. It's possible, and in my opinion, watching, I think that would be a really good end of the season if Sarah won by one vote against Brittany. and just because they have both played good games, and they should be proud of what they have accomplished. But man, juries don't vote like that anymore in these shows. Don't seem like it seems like they pretty much kind of decide who they're going to vote for, and they all go, okay, well, we'll vote for Sarah.
I would be excited to see Sarah and Brittany get to the end, because it would be cool to have a season where you have two women be like the what was Dan in Memphis? They were the Renegades. Yeah. Just to go down to the end, or just have two women just pair off, and then they end up making a run for daylight, like a Thelma and Louise.
Yeah, no, absolutely. This is, people in Big Brother are always talking about how they want their girls' alliances. Well, what do you want, a girl powerhouse alliance where you got 6 girls in it? I mean, this has been a really good, all-girl alliance. I guess Fembots. Is that what they officially go by? Is Fembots?
Taryn?
Yeah, I mean that was their alliance from day one.
Okay. I hadn't heard that. I hadn't heard them say that in a long time.
They don't usually use it, but
yeah, they don't. But no, it's been a very strong two-person alliance. They've been great together. They've really worked well off each other. Sarah always reminded me of like a female McCrae, like somebody that you could bounce a lot of ideas off of, that could talk, kind of knew their way around the game and could kind of point you in a good direction. And Brittany has been an excellent sounding board. She's won when she needed to. She's given counter arguments, played devil's advocates in strategy sessions, and played a good game. They're definitely there's an argument for either of them to win. I don't think that it's a situation where Sarah is like a Derek and Brittany's a Cody. I don't necessarily feel that way, but they're a lot closer. They're a lot closer than that scenario.
Spencer, Sarah has reminded me of McCrae as well a lot this season. In many
absolutely.
ways. Yes, I think they have a lot in common.
They certainly do. I think they certainly do.
All right. Tara, could you just set up how many people are going to be in this jury? What is the official number on this? Is it a 10-person jury we're looking at potentially?
Well, potentially, but there's going to be some sort of surprise, so it could be anything.
Have we announced it? Is there news about some sort of jury surprise?
Yeah, well, she mentioned on the show that there was going to be some surprise for the jury when they went to vote, I think.
Yeah. I did hear her say that. Now, I think it was, Ian said that he hopes that Canada votes to nullify one of the jurors, something like that. Works for me. She said they're through with twists, but that sounds like a twist to me. But I don't know. They have to do something.
Would you like that idea to have Canada nullify a vote?
No. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Canada will do it, sure. I mean, I could see them doing it, and it would
Whose vote will they nullify?
Zach?
Let's
see. Who do they like the least on there? Who would they nullify? I don't know who they would nullify. That would be tough. Zach, very possibly. It depends on when the voting started, and it depends on who wins veto and that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I guess to talk about getting to the very end game, what potential votes could have a lot of weight.
It's weird. It's a season we don't have a real villain in the House or somebody that they really don't like, and who do they care enough about to see that they get their vote canceled?
Yeah. I kind of thought that it would be interesting if whoever left third got to nullify a vote.
Mm-hmm.
There might be some strategy to that. It would just be kind of a unique thing to do to uneven out the jury, I guess you'd say. I don't know. Would you like to see Canada have that much power in this game to nullify a vote?
I don't think I'd really want to see 11 jury votes. I mean, if Canada was going to get a vote also.
yeah.
That's a lot of votes.
So you would rather Canada nullify a vote than to have a vote?
I mean, does Canada have to have a vote? With all due respect to Canada, I mean, in Big Brother US, we don't get a vote in the, Do they have to have a vote? Don't we have a lot of votes already?
I think so. I wish they'd do a 7-person jury. Here's the twist: fight harder to get here in the jury. Don't have this. I get into a mega alliance and I can coast for 4 weeks, then be in the jury.
I think there was only 4 people in the season that weren't on the jury.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Risha, Greg, Johnny, and
Johnny.
Neha. Yeah,
Yeah, that was
yeah,
it.
exactly.
That was
So,
it.
wow.
So, uh, so with the jury management now being an issue, we have Ashley seems like the person who would be the darling of the jury. Is that fair to say?
Yes, absolutely. I think
Just
that.
because it's all her friends in the jury house?
Yeah, she's got friends. I don't want to. Before we start talking about Ashley too much, I want to put out that I've been kind of backing Ashley this whole game, thinking that she's really playing a lot better game than she gets credit for, and I think that with proper jury management, there's a. I don't think she can beat Sarah, but man, I think she could beat Brittany or Godfrey. So.
Well, because she has friends on the jury, or because you feel like that she's done a good job?
I think that Ashley has done a good job, honestly.
All right. Well, I haven't seen that, but you are the expert, so talk to me.
I'm far from an expert, but this is let me paint you this picture, okay? Think about last season when Allison came in the house. The first thing she did is she latched on to Andrew Gordon, okay? She could see him on the screen. They were able to watch in the secret room. She could tell he was the big dog and was drawn to that thinking it would provide her safety, okay? Didn't work for her, okay, because the can to be an HOH twist and getting Andrew out. Okay, apply that strategy as Ashley's strategy to Zach. She saw who the big dog in the house was. She saw who everybody talked to, who everybody wanted to talk strategy with, talk game with. He obviously had connections with JP. Chop Shop was looking good, and she latched onto him and hung on and rode him up until the point that his game was worthless to her. He was so toxic, but rode through any help from Chop Shop, any help from Newport, any help from Fortress, she was safe using him as a meat shield. And now that we've gotten to the point where Zach's not in the house anymore, she's won comps. She's done a good job. She's been winning. She has won comps. She hasn't been just a totally waste a player. She controlled Zach, who controlled the majority of a large percentage of the game, and I think that you've got to really commend her for that. Now, it is kind of like a girlfriend game to a point, but it's still a game, and if she makes it, to the final two, I think she will have to win out. So those additional wins on her resume would be a strong argument to the jury, especially with all the friends she already has. I think her game could sway the votes that might not be initially there for her.
All good points. My question for you is, do you feel like she got involved with Zach due to the fact that she felt like it was a game thing, or did she get involved with Zach because he's a good-looking guy and it wasn't really mostly a game thing?
I think that I think a little bit of both.
Because if Zach's an ugly guy,
sure,
I would have a lot more. Like, I'd be like, yeah, you know what, that guy. She spent a lot of time with that guy.
I mean, she wasn't like cuddled up to like the Elephant Man or anything like that.
Yeah.
But you've got to look at it this way.
That's what I like.
Zach can't help that he's good-looking, charming, athletic, and charismatic, which controlled a lot of people's opinions in the house about a lot of other people. Ashley was probably attracted to that, absolutely, but she also saw the game benefit in there. We saw that with her loyalty to Peely as it got towards the end instead of Zach. We saw that. I think that Ashley, if we saw how she voted, which kind of proves where her head's at. Not even throwing like a sympathy vote his way. So, dude, I mean, you could look at it like she sucked all the life out of him like a parasite, and then when he was done, she voted him out, and she's played her own game from here, and she's got a chance to win. I really think she's got a strong chance to win, depending on who she sits next to. As long as Sarah's not there, I think Ashley wins it.
Does she have to win out? In terms of HO, does she need to win out in terms of vetoes and HOH?
Okay, this next veto, her. Okay, we can talk about spoilers, right?
Let's just do it because we're at the final four.
Yeah, spoilers.
All right.
Okay, so go ahead.
Shannon, bring us up to speed on the HOH.
Sarah won HOH.
Okay, what was the competition?
I'm not sure what the competition was. I just know that she ended up nominating both. Obviously, not nominating Brittany, so nominating Godfrey and Ashley.
Okay, But again, at the Final Four, it all comes down to veto.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so
Yes.
Spencer, all right. So where are we now?
Well, I mean, now you got to speculate on who you think is going to win the veto, which is impossible.
Are
but
the
if you
feeds
look
down
at
right now, or they're still, or they're
feeds
up?
are down, yeah, I've got them
they're
queued up, but they're down still. They better come back soon because tomorrow's the last day of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, tomorrow's the last day of feeds.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's crazy how quickly it's gone.
Oh my God.
You know, right now, I mean, you know, Shannon, Taryn, what do you think? Do y'all think, y'all been watching the feeds, what do y'all think as far as who Brittany would want to vote out? And do you think she would play, is she playing Brittany's game or is she playing Sarah's Brittany's game with who she decides? So, because I honestly don't know. I can see a lot of pros and cons with taking either. Ashley is a better competitor, I think they think in their mind, so going into final HOH, to me, she'd be dangerous to take, so I would see sending Ashley home be the smart thing, which I would like personally because that would take Godfrey farther and give the old Godfather a chance to win the final HOH. But what do y'all think? It's almost a coin toss in a lot of ways.
Sarah and Brittany will take out Ashley 100%. They see her as a huge jury threat, so they want Godfrey in the final three with them.
Okay.
But I don't know what Godfrey will do because he makes very valid arguments for both sides when he's talking to both sides. So
yes,
I really don't know what he'll do.
No, absolutely. You know, it would be interesting to see. I would like to see Ashley win the veto in some ways because she would send B home, and it would be fun to see no alliance in the final three, and who takes who and why. I would like to see that, and not just be like, we've been from day one, we're taking each other. I don't want that. We've hated each. We've been, going almost hand-to-hand combat. But I think I can beat you because I was sharper in my moves.
Yeah, that's interesting. And Spencer, to me, can you come up with another season where you get to the final three and you have three people who can all have like a valid claim to the throne of why they should be winners in the season, and they've all sort of taken different paths. And even like outside, like it seems like you always get to the final three. There's one person who's just like a goat, who that it really is like, all right, that person's just there because they're an easy beat in the end. And maybe some people might even see Godfrey as that. And I don't think that would be the case with Godfrey. But can you think of another Big Brother season where we had that? I guess maybe the original Big Brother Canada won with Jillian and Emmett and Gary.
Yeah, but that's not even is that even what you're asking? You got to put Jillian and Emmett together. You're talking about like a final three where everybody took different paths.
But and none of them are goats.
None of them are goats. That, as far as none of them are goats, that's a great example. BBCAN won.
With all due respect to the great Gina Marie.
With all due respect to the great Gina Marie, sure. I think that Big Brother season 12, I don't really see Enzo as a goat.
Okay. Yeah, but those guys were all together the whole time.
Exactly. They're all together. I can't place a scenario like you're talking about where the final three all got their different ways and they were all strong in their own way. I can't think of another season.
Well, that'd be fun.
There's one.
Yeah.
Wow. Big Brother Canada. The twists have made it. It's like everything is twisted together.
Yeah.
All the alliances are twisted together. There's no it's crazy. It's like a tornado.
One thing I want to say about it. And I feel like the reason that it's this way, BBCAN3 did something that I wish that Big Brother 17 would do. The state, I bitch about this all the time, but the state of current Big Brother is typically whoever's the first HOH, you just kiss their butt and build the largest alliance around this person possible. And then there's the side of the house that just can't get it together, and you've got the side of the house that if they can only like each other, moving forward, they can get the votes and win, and get far in the game. By having everybody be HOH, and there wasn't a real HOH to identify with during that week where Risha and Peely were campaigning, not knowing that Canada was going to be the deciding vote. People kind of saw who they liked and formed different alliances. The Chop Shop was a major alliance, but it was composed of other smaller alliances, and I think that by not having an HOH for everybody to huddle around the first week made it to where there were a lot stronger, smaller alliances that I like to see.
as we start to look ahead towards Big Brother 17, there was a lot of commercials on during the Survivor finale for Big Brother 17, and I have to say they were terrifying because it was the same one they kept running, and they showed like Donnie running around like, hey, Big Brother, it's coming back. And it ended with like Frankie Grande like talking about like there's twisty twists, and Julie says it's gonna be the twistiest year ever. Like, no.
Derek was barely even in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Derek's problem is he's a great winner, but he's not a big enough cartoon character.
Yes, that's true. That we have that on Survivor too. Where is the market research in North American Brother that twists equals ratings? Why? Who is it? Like, are they just sitting in meetings? Like, I think we need this summer. We gotta get some more twists in that house. Like, how are we gonna promote this show? We got no twists.
Yeah, absolutely. And because of the framework that Big Brother has, is there's a HOH and a veto and stuff. Like, there's very few things that you can do. There's very few ways that you can alter the game, but there's numerous ways. What I'm trying to say is you can affect the HOH, you can affect the veto, you can affect nominees.
Yeah.
And you look to me. BBCAN3 has almost embarrassed themselves with so many twists.
Yeah.
I mean, it was almost like there's just one or two too many. So there's one about every week. If you look at the people that have gone home or gone to jury, most of them are sitting there because of a twist, and I think that is total BS, and I don't like that. You got Pilar and Zach double eviction, so you can say Pilar got sent out by a twist. Willow Kevin sent home by a twist. Cindy was a twist, came back in, but Jordan is in the jury, and he's there because of Cindy coming back in the house, which was a twist. So the twist has affected too many exits from the house, and that's my only issue with it.
Yeah, and
I'm sorry, I got on a soapbox. Sorry about that.
That's fine. That's fine. That's what we're talking about. And Big Brother US doesn't have as many twists as the Big Brother Can. Certainly not as many. No show I think ever has had as many twists as Big Brother Can 3.
No, I don't think so.
We've been talking about this for a long time of doing this Big Brother think tank. I know Mike Bloom I see him in the chat room. So let's actually do that, because at least let's put some good ideas for twists out there. If Big Brother is going to do a million twists, when we do, we'll do that as a special podcast. And Spencer, we'd love to have you as part of that if you were up for it.
Oh, please invite me if you're going to have a think tank.
Here's what we'll do. We're going to take ideas from. I'm going to crowdsource all the ideas, and then let's talk about if they're good or not.
Okay. All right. I like it.
All right, we'll do that in the off season, in between. Okay. Can I tell you one of the things that I really loved from the show the other night was when Pilar got voted out, and then she wanted to go and change before she went out to go.
Yes.
She's like, "Can I change? Can I change?"
That was awesome.
Like, no, the UK. There's no. We're not gonna everybody's not gonna wait for you to change.
Yeah.
And I also love that she walked out with she needed a water bottle. I don't know why she had to water bottle with her. Do they not have water in the jury house?
Yeah, she was like, it's kind of like on The Jerk when Nathan Johnson is bankrupt or whatever, and he's leaving his mansion. He's like, I don't need anything. I need this. And I need this. Have you never seen The Jerk?
I've seen parts of it, but not the whole
man.
thing.
Oh, well, somebody out there's watching, laughing their ass off at my Jerk reference.
All right. I'm not going to make the segue to talk about this. I want to talk about the sideshow. Okay. So did you watch Peter and Zach their interchange on the sideshow?
I did watch that. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So I'm interested to know what you thought about all that and the way that was handled. We had Peter on the show on Tuesday. We suspected this was coming. He teased it a little bit.
Sure.
What do you think about the Peter and Zach part of the sideshow?
Everything I'm about to say is with all due respect to Peter Brown. I really admire him and the way he looks at the game and his, assessment and speculation that he does. I enjoy the Shield show and everything. However, I don't feel like necessarily ripping somebody who's played arguably the best game of the Big Brother Can3 season, ripping them 20 minutes outside the house about a tweet they sent 2.5 years ago is really, I don't think, he's a panelist on the sideshow to talk game. Yes, there's obviously some whatever he says, comedic, whatever. His humor is obviously he's kind of roasting people and that kind of stuff. But at the same time, as an audience member, as a viewer, I want to hear more about Zach's game and his thoughts on that, more so than a 2.5-year-old tweet that Zach was probably sitting over there going, I don't even know what you're talking about, dude.
I was so surprised that they didn't even show it on the screen. Like, Arista wasn't like, okay, Zach, do you remember sending this tweet? And then, I put it up on the screen. Like, do you remember every tweet that you sent? Like, I can't remember Zach even had any recollection of this was even going to come.
It's crazy to think that, and this is what I want to say about it, okay? Big Brother is unique, and so is Survivor, in that they've been on long enough that you've got super fans playing them, okay? And you've got people that have loved it for 15 years that are getting in there and they're making their mark on the game. Zach is he's a fan. He's somebody who's loved the show, got in, did excellent, and should be commended for it. Peter's a big guy. They're going to put that tweet behind them and move forward, and I'm sure they're going to be great friends outside the house once they get to know each other. But it's the panel for the sideshow is not a place for stand on your soapbox about internet trolls, especially when you then meet the person that sent the tweet and from watching them live feeds 24/7 for the past 62, 63 days that they're a good human being and a good game player. So
in some ways, I know this is totally apples and oranges in terms of the subject matter. Like, I felt like it was similar to when Aaron came out of the Big Brother house, and the things that she did were not great and they were bad.
Sure.
But in the way that they came up, when she was confronted about them, she had no idea what they were talking about.
No.
In the same way that Zach, I'm sure, sitting there does he remember verbatim? Because Peter was quoting maybe I should eat a salad, and what did I say? Did I mention something about salad?
Exactly. I'm sure Zach's like, do I even follow that dude on Twitter? It's like I don't even know what I did.
What did I say?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I searched the Peter versus Zach hashtag, and it's pretty much overwhelmingly positive towards Peter's handling of the whole situation, and good for him. I don't have.
He turned it around to say hey, you're gonna know what this is like.
Sure.
I liked all that, but I don't think that Zach necessarily lost the game because of karma.
No way!
I don't think that's why he lost. If I had to be honest.
That pissed me off. It had absolutely nothing to do with karma. Which is so.
Watch what you tweet, Big Brother 17 people.
Yeah, you Big Brother hopefuls. Don't tweet anything out there where karma could bite you at the end. It was pretty funny.
Suck it, Donnie. Hashtag BB16.
Yeah, it's like, well, you just lost.
Jocasta, you're an idiot.
yeah, exactly.
I
hate you both sides.
Maybe it's karma in the form of Twistos.
Maybe.
Is that what it is?
Twistos is in charge of that stuff.
I think you could be right.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. So, all right. Let's start to bring in some questions about this as well. Shannon or Taryn, is there anything that you want to let us know about that's going on in the house that we need to be aware of?
I do want to say one thing about Godfrey. Neither of you really thinks he has much of a chance, but I do remember Kevin coming out of the house saying that he thought Godfrey was playing the best game. And Willow shared that opinion. I really don't think he has as bad a chance as you might think. Obviously, anything can happen in the jury. Like, their minds can change. Maybe Zach comes in and he convinces them that Godfrey's no good, or maybe Zach comes in and Kevin convinces him that he is good. But I think if he's in the end with Ashley, he might have Bruno, Bobby, the girls, and maybe even Kevin. So, I think he has a real shot.
Go ahead, Rob. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say that you mentioned Willow, and I was reminded of the the stuff in the jury house where she was just devastated when Bruno came in, and he was like, took so much glee. He was like Peter Brown talking to Zach about how it was Sarah that voted against you. So what?
Yeah. That was it. Okay, I'm glad you mentioned that because I
Did he get that story right totally?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. All right,
Yeah,
Spencer, take it away.
I love Bruno. I really do. I think he's a good guy. I think the game ends when you walk out of the house. I don't think trying to play. You can prevent facts and try to sway an argument, but I don't think the withholding of information or embellishing of things. I don't think at jury house. I don't particularly like that. That is aggravating to me as like a bitter jury. And
well, you never had to spend any time there, Spencer.
Yeah, true. I never.
You don't know what it's like.
Well, I still don't. That's not one thing that I like. I don't like it. I want people to go there and just be honest, and I want best game to win, not not somebody who had the best jury, Philadelphia lawyers, trying to champion their cause in the jury house. So.
Right. All right. So let me just talk through this. Okay. So Shannon, tell me now, was Bruno trying to like embellish the truth, or was that how events went according to Bruno's mind, even though that wasn't exactly how things went down?
Honestly, to me, it seemed like he was just being entirely bitter about it, and I was really upset with Bruno because he went out so classy, and I loved his game so much. And I was like, why? I don't mind that he told her and was honest with her about it. I was just really frustrated that he didn't tell her the whole truth about it, and why Sarah felt like she had to vote for Pilar.
Yeah.
To be fair to Bruno, I think I'm pretty sure Willow did her house guest hangout after she had been in the jury for a while, and I'm pretty sure she knew. She knew the circumstances, the full story. So that might have just been the initial telling of it, and the full story kind of came out later, and they kind of jazzed it up for the edit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Taryn, could you just for the sake of our memories, just explain how it went down? We had that confrontation between Bruno and Sarah in the storage room.
Right. So after Willow goes up on the block in the triple eviction, Bruno and Godfrey were talking about should we keep Willow, should we keep Pilar, and then Sarah came in and they got into a big argument about whether Sarah was going after Bruno and trying to get him up on the block, and so Sarah came out of that conversation convinced that Bruno wasn't going to keep Willow, but he hadn't made up his mind yet, and he ultimately did decide to keep Willow. So when she votes to save Pilar, that's actually the vote that sends Willow home because she just wanted to keep a girl.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So a lot of drama going on at the jury house, and they're making viral videos. A lot of shenanigans over there, Spencer.
Yeah, I know. I like it. I like the video they did about what was the jury house. It was like a cheesy '80s sitcom opening. I love that kind of stuff. I mean, they're sitting around. They've got cameras and they got to fill up airtime. Might as well do fun things because it has been argued a few times that some of the better personalities went out early jury or even pre-jury. I don't particularly subscribe to that, but so I like that they're utilizing their jury.
Okay. All right, let's take some questions here from the audience. Let's start with Lady Rock, 11-4-33. Can you speak more in depth about Sarah's game? She's been praised as a mastermind. Sadly, I don't see it. I see her as a logical player with little to no influence. Do you agree? If not, what are her effective moves? All right, Spencer. Talk to me about Sarah's game. Now, she's been a great performer in the challenges, too.
Okay, yeah. I mean, she's held her own.
Strategically, what do you think her best moves were?
Strategically, her best moves. Honestly, I don't mean this to slight her game, but the best moves came out of the decisions that evolved, that happened around the twist, in my opinion. Just basically, her relationship with Brittany made her a better game player. So when the powers were shifting, and Brittany got the saves, and when Vito or when HOH the triple eviction, I can't point to any specific moves that I feel like set her as one of the best game players ever, but I don't think that's what's being said. I think that she's a very logical player. Like I said earlier, she talks out a lot of strategy. I think that's what gives people a almost like a mastermind quality to the feeds, is if you're talking about any possible scenario that could happen, and then one of them actually does happen, and it looks like you kind of prepared for it. But I don't know. I'm not being a purist here. I can't say. I'm stuck. Taryn, what do you think? What moves do you think that she made?
I totally agree with you. I mean, I think most of the moves she made were unfortunately almost hurtful to her game. They kind of impeded it.
So why don't we say that Brittany is a better player than Sarah? Everybody's Sarah. Why aren't we giving Brittany the bigger piece of the pie?
Well, I think the same thing is kind of true for Brittany, but I think the best thing they've done strategically is win competitions and be liked by Canada.
Yes, no, absolutely, yeah. Like, the best thing they did strategically, and if you're going to play Big Brother Canada 4, try to be on the outs about week 3 and really ham it up as the all-Canadian girl or guy in the diary room, and you're trying to win it for Canada and try to get some help.
And so, how the people in power are all dumb and stupid.
The people in power are always dumb and stupid.
These people are so dumb.
Yeah.
Yes. So Jeremy Collins would kill it on Big Brother Canada. Shannon, is there anything that you can think of to help us place why Sarah should win the game?
For me, Sarah, like when Brittany and Sarah aren't in power, like one of them's not in power, I feel like Sarah is more social and she's still playing the game, whereas Brittany, I don't know where she goes. I feel like she's amazing when she's in power, but when she's not, like, I don't know what she's doing. I don't know. She kind of just, she's there but not. That's kind of how I feel.
That's excellent. That's an excellent point, and it's 100% true. I do feel like Sarah plays the game constantly. I feel like Brittany plays the game when she's got a power to use, or she is in power. But no, Sarah is hustling. I mean, you saw Sarah campaign for Brittany when Brittany had the saves. I mean, she's out there and she's beating the bushes. She hustles a lot more than Brittany, and that needs to be that should be rewarded if they get to the final 2 together.
Yeah, Brittany is like a superhero where she has like this mild-mannered, like sort of like identity, and then like there's like, oh, there's a crisis, like, and she becomes Queen Bee. And then she has to go back to like, oh, I can't let anybody find my true identity. I put my disguise back on, put on my glasses.
Yeah.
Nobody will know it's me actually, like Queen Bee. Yeah. Sarah Parks says, did Brittany lose her only chance to win the game? If she chose to evict Godfrey instead of Pilar, would she still be in a good spot to win? Well, it sounds like what you're saying, Spencer, is that Brittany's chance to win the game is to go up against Godfrey.
Yes, I believe that.
And can Brittany beat either Sarah or Ashley?
Can Brittany beat Sarah or Ashley? Okay, I heard Sarah and Brittany talk on the feed today about how different their games were and moves were different, the way they approached different moves differently, and how they came up with certain things on their own. I'm having trouble differentiating between the two games, so I would like to see a final 2 speech between them so they could say moves that they particularly made that was apart from each other. Did I forget the question to answer it right?
In terms of could Brittany beat either? Could she beat anybody else besides Godfrey?
Okay, yeah. So that was my Sarah end of it. Ashley has a lot of friends on the jury, but honestly, I feel like that Zach says that he wants to ultimately be a juror that gives the win to the best game player, and so if it was Ashley and Brittany in the final 2, and Zach legitimately wanted to do that, I think he would vote for Brittany because I think that Brittany is a better game player than Ashley.
Taryn, do you see any chance Zach would do that? No, he did not. He saw no chance. He left. He left because he was so upset.
I'm out. Rob, you get into another thing too, to where, I mean, it's a shame there's only 7 days left in the house, but there are some really big competitions, and if somebody wins out, like an Ashley, even against Brittany, you've got to talk. Man, she won the last 2 HOHs. She took Brittany over, Sarah or what, whoever's left if she makes it the final 3, and because to stay, I think, like we decided earlier, she's going to have to win the veto, and she's going to have to win, I believe, both both, 2 of the 3 HOHs. Obviously she's going to have to win that final HOH and decide who she sits next to. And if she does that, Ashley could very well deserve to win the game. It would be a very close race between her and Brittany at that point if it got to where those 2 are the final 2.
Okay, let's take some more questions. This is from 604RS Propa. What do you think of Peter Brown saying on the sideshow that Britt is the least deserving to win of the remaining players, even behind Ashley? I don't think that's that bad.
No, I don't think that's that bad. I don't think that there's anybody that does not deserve to win it if they get there in this group.
Like, least deserving is not undeserving.
Sure.
Somebody has to be the least deserving of the 4, and if Ashley gets to the end, it's going to be because she won like 2 more competitions. Like, don't forget to factor that into the equation.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And she got there with all the twists working against her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Godfrey worked with the twist. Ashley had the twist work against her. She still, if she wins out and makes it the final 3, and then wins out and makes it the final 2, that's a strong game to try to.
People in Big Brother history have self-evicted after what happened to Ashley when she was HOH. She had her picks set up. The person who she wanted to go home was going home, and then all of a sudden, somebody ended up going out of the house. And Bruno, it wasn't like that was the end of the world for her, but
sure.
It was not what she wanted.
No, it was not her plans at all. Yeah. And think about overcoming that. That's huge, Rob.
Yeah.
Think about overcoming that and making it to the end. That's really big because she was HOH when arguably the biggest twist of the season was thrown down, and then the following week, the following week, she lost the remainder of her alliance with the double eviction.
Mm-hmm.
So
and you get all the blood on your hands with that, and none of the benefits of it.
No, absolutely.
Okay. This is from Binky Productions wants to know, hi, Rob. Would it have been better to have 12 jurors than sequester them until a unanimous vote for all right, so are we ready for 12 angry men, Big Brother Canada style? So we get 12 jurors, and they can't come out until they reach a unanimous conclusion on that. Would that be some great drama?
It would be good live feed action. I'll give you that. Never happened, but I'd like to see it.
That would be pretty fantastic. I think at some point they'd just be like, let's just go to the party. Let's just get out of here. All right, fine.
Forget
Godfrey,
it. Okay,
fine. Let's go.
Give it to him. Let's rock. Yeah.
Good. Let's get out of here. I want to go home. It's from Andrew Kirk, who says, question for Spencer. Who does Sarah sit next to in the final 2? That would be her best bet to win. Is it Queen B?
Is Queen B Sarah's best bet to win? Best bet. I think they're all good bets.
Isn't it Godfrey?
What's that?
Isn't it Godfrey though?
Very best case scenario. I think you're. Yeah, I think you could say Godfrey, but it's kind of like it's one of those things. Sarah wins regardless who she's sitting next to. Yeah. In my opinion. So, whether Godfrey might get one more vote than Brittany or one more vote than Ashley if they're sitting there, it doesn't matter at that point. I still think Sarah wins it.
Okay. Man, Sarah with that $100,000 is going to be dangerous. That's gonna be a fun person to hang out with for the next.
She's gonna be fun for about the next 6 months, and that's
6 months. That's it. She's gonna end up with she's gonna buy a brick, let alone go to the brick. Right?
Yeah, that's good. How long have you had that joke, Holster?
No, I just came up with it. Jay Murr says, did Godfrey throw the last veto, or is he really just that bad at comps? Will he go balls to the wall in the final HOH? I think there's this sense of, Godfrey is throwing all the competitions. But at some point, isn't it time for Godfrey to not throw competitions? Should we just start to say Godfrey is just bad at competitions?
Well, no, Godfrey needs to win this. The next competitions ahead of him, Godfrey needs to win 100%. I do think he threw the last veto because I think it was better for him not to win it and make a decision.
Yeah. Taryn, are you buying Godfrey is throwing vetoes and HOHs, or is he just bad at competitions?
I do buy it. I have no reason to not believe him, and I don't think he's afraid of making a fool of himself in the diary room, so I don't see why he would pretend.
Yeah, definitely not. All right. And Shannon, you're on board with that also?
Yes.
Godfrey is throwing challenges. Godfrey, could you win a challenge now? I mean, really, it's going to come down to you're going to throw yourself your chances out of the game if you don't try to win something here.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Vince wants to know, a picture was tweeted that there are only 7 slots for the jury. I think Canada will vote for who will be on the jury. What do you think? Do we need Canada to vote on who gets to be on the jury, Spencer?
No, man, I don't think that's necessary. Like, the problem you have in modern day reality TV is with the impact of social media and giving your fans a voice and involving them. Like, it gets too much. There's so many ways you could involve Canada if you wanted to. You could let Canada vote on what outfit Sarah's going to wear, or
Ooh. Save that for the think tank.
Yes, you can. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. But I mean, you could vote on
which costume do you want
Sarah
to wear to the finale?
You could vote on whose final 2 speaks do you want to limit to 20 seconds?
Well, that seems unfair. Yeah.
Yeah, it is unfair, but like, why not?
Yeah.
You know.
What about could Canada write somebody's speech?
That would be disastrous.
Like,
that would be disastrous.
Here's the speech that Canada selected for you.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, I like beer.
Yeah.
Vote for me. Yes. That would be fun. Boy. But if you're going to do anything with letting people vote, do you like what Survivor did and vote people into the cast, Spencer?
Absolutely, dude. I don't ever vote on anything, but I voted for this. So.
Oh wow! Oh, you voted for Survivor. Who was on your ballot?
I can't remember everybody, to be honest. But
who were the top people you wanted?
Top people I wanted: Terry Dietz. I wanted Shane back on, honestly.
Yeah.
I wanted Mike to have a chance to play again if he didn't if he didn't win. Oh, dude, how fantastic is Mike as a winner?
Yeah.
I mean.
Good.
Oh my God!
He's a really nice guy too.
Super nice guy. Guy. Yeah. We connected early in the Survivor season, and I would DM him. I'd say, "Man, you are freaking killing this," you know. And he just kind of like laughed back, but no, super good guy. Let's see. Like I said, Terry Dietz and Mike. I voted for Spencer Bledsoe. Voted Woo. Voted Shireen. Voted. How do you feel about Shireen?
I think she's going to be fun to be out there. I do think that she's going to have a uphill battle, I think, in this second time around.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know, man. She could go in after this season being very sympathetic and somebody that people know is smart and could align with to just have a number but never depend on for challenges.
Mm-hmm.
But I like Shireen. I thought she made great TV. Yeah. I mean, the moment when she raised her hand and wouldn't let Will get his letter was some of the best Survivor, in a while. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we should do this again with Big Brother. I think that was, they did it with the Big Brother All Stars and they haven't gone back to it.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Absolutely.
What was wrong with Big Brother All Stars?
Well, nothing was wrong with it.
Then why don't we do it again? It's been what, 10 years now?
Yeah, and that was like log on to CBS.com and cast your vote. You know what I'm saying? Like that's still, I mean, how was a Survivor, I guess, but with social media, man, you could really push it and you could really campaign and people would get in the house. I mean, to be honest, then you'd have some morons that had 1 million Twitter followers that would get back in that nobody would see play again. But that's neither here nor there.
Okay. Although then, but depending on how that cast would go, I liked how they did let Big Brother, the cast was voted on. Some of them got voted in by America, and some of them were the producers' picks. And
yes.
That's I think how you need to do it.
Yeah, I thought that was the perfect formula. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was good. Do you have any? Give me 3 players you want to see play Big Brother All Stars.
Oh boy. Let's see. So people that are gonna come back. Spencer putting me on the spot. Just off the top of my head, I mean, I think you want to see Zach come back and see what he could do.
Why?
Why? Because I feel like he
slept all day and came to life about 20 minutes 3 times a week for live episodes and things are coming on TV.
Yeah, but I like Godfrey too, and that's.
Oh, you can't compare Godfrey and Zach.
Godfrey is better than Zach.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
well, good. I like Godfrey.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I cut you off. Give me 2 more names.
Oh, 2 more. Boy. Okay.
I agree with you. Zach will be on.
Well, okay.
Zach would be on, but I agree with you.
All right. Give me Eric Stein. Let him come back and let him actually play a game.
100%.
And let Matt Hoffman come back.
I'll give you that. I'd be happy to see that. Absolutely, especially Eric Stein. I would like to see him play without being, America's player.
Oh, Spencer, and it's almost time for the Eric Stein is going to be on Big Brother rumor mill.
Good.
The month-long celebration of Eric Stein is going to be on the next season of Big Brother rumor mill.
Let's just go ahead and get that rummer started right now.
Yeah, okay, hold on.
I heard that. Yeah.
Heard that. Yeah.
Heard that.
Let me officially launch the Eric Stein is going to be on Big Brother. Okay, so here we go.
Perfect.
Breaking news are happening now.
All right, I just got a text message from Eric Stein. I'm not going to be around this summer, so don't make any plans with me. I'm sorry, we won't be able to vacation in Martha's Vineyard this summer. Okay. That's a long text message from Eric Stein. It was an iMessage. It was an iMessage. All right, let's do a couple more questions. Anthony Ward wants to know, Ash is the last member left of both the Chop Shop and the Diapers. Does she have a chance? Well, of course she's got a chance in the final too. Is Ashley the cursed alliance person? Does any alliance she goes into, will they go down?
I mean, she is
cooler.
Certainly seems to be that way, I guess you'd say. So, I mean, when you get down to the Final Four, everybody's alliance has dwindled to some extent, of course.
Yeah.
She's the sole survivor of all those alliances.
She is the sole survivor.
Okay. Let's go to Chrissy, who says, wait. I'm sorry. What is Godfrey's final two speech to make up for his lack of comps and vetoes? Rob Godfrey impersonation, please. So what is Godfrey gonna say when he gets up there? Like the only thing I can say was that he was with Peely. I don't know if he has a good speech against anybody else.
I do think he's a good speech. I think he's aware of what he's doing. I don't think his speech will sway anybody, but I think I'll be sitting at home screaming, "Oh, Godfrey, say this or do this," or convince him, that kind of thing. But no, I mean, he's been whatever you need Godfrey to be, that's what he is to you, and it's powerful in this game, and it's gotten him with no allies this far. He's basically been a lone wolf. I mean. His alliance with Bruno, that was wonderful. But then you've got things like Bruno using the veto on Zach, with Godfrey not knowing about it. I mean, he didn't have a trusted ally pretty much the entire game, and he's made it this far really on cunning. I mean, he's a smart guy, and he's exercised it by knowing exactly whose butt to kiss, when to kiss it, and how to kiss it.
Yeah.
And
he'll be hilarious in that final too if he can get.
Oh, it'd be great. Yeah. What's he say? Mr. Manguiza, the lady pleaser.
How many yos do you think there'll be in the finals?
Yo, come on. Vote for me. Vote. Give me the votes. Come on. Let's do work. Come on.
When did he become a 20?
Yeah. Let's go. Come on, Canada.
We need to have a yo pool, and whoever is closest to how many yos he says wins. Fall $5 in.
That's where you have a bunch of jelly beans in a jar. All right. Well, we'll do one last question here with Spencer. This is from Christopher Jackson. It says, I feel like before Willow was evicted, she was playing a very similar game to Godfrey, right in the middle, and was never a target. What's the big difference between her and Godfrey?
It's easy. Showmance. Willow got involved with Sarah, which made Brittany fearful, and Willow was not playing that great a game when she left. She was in the middle, but she was somebody that was going to likely stay that way until she stood too close to the wood chipper and fell in, which is basically what happened to her when she left. So. Godfrey's played it clean and hasn't so closely attached himself with anybody to, scare others in his own alliance or vice versa or whatever. But I think that would be one of the big things is that he's played a good social game, but he didn't make a critical error that Willow did make. Because if you look at Willow, the people that should have really in one way kept her got rid of her, and she was totally expendable, which Godfrey has been somebody that's been expendable, but nobody's found a really good reason to send him home because of, as I like to call it, eager fish to fry syndrome.
Okay. Spencer, will you be heading to Toronto to take part in the Big Brother Canada festivities?
I leave Monday.
Okay.
Or, no,
boy.
I do not leave Wednesday. I'll start packing Monday. I leave Wednesday. Yeah. I'm going to be there 2 days early to set up camp.
Okay.
No, I leave Wednesday.
But I mean, they really this is like Burning Man, the Big Brother Canada finale,
Yes.
right? They start like, okay, we're starting over here, and then we're gonna do this, and then we're all gonna take a party bus here, and then we're going here, then we're going to this place, and then we're going to Florida, then we're going to Amsterdam. Right?
It never stops. It never
Especially
stops.
if you get that $100,000 in Sarah's hands, that's going to be one hell of a celebration.
Exactly.
Nobody's.
Yep. It's going to be a lot of fun if she gets that check. While we're all still there. The BB Canada finale was so awesome last year. I had to go back, and sadly McCrae. I'm glad to see McCrae, but he's the only one out of my cast that's going to be going. So it'll be a lot of good BB Can people and a few more BBUSers. I'm not sure exactly who, but can't wait.
Will anybody from Big Brother 16 go to Big Brother Canada? Will
honestly,
they slum it and go and acknowledge Big Brother Canada besides Derek?
I'm not sure. There was some talk that Derek was going to go earlier, like a couple months ago. I have not heard any follow-up on that. Christine and her husband Tim, who are awesome people.
And Donnie was up there also. Donnie was up there.
Yeah, Donnie was, and Donnie may even go back. I'm not positive.
Yeah.
I'm not positive. So, but now I don't know if the BB16ers will descend off Mount Olympus to the finale in Toronto.
Okay. In 5 days, Spencer, the winner of Big Brother Canada will be blank.
In 5 days, the winner of... I wish I knew who won veto, then I could have a lot better odds of getting this right.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that it's Sarah's to lose.
Okay, Sarah's to lose. All right.
Ideal situation for me as far as fanboy, I would like to see... Honestly, I'd like to see Godfrey win it, and
Yes.
in some ways, but I think as things go right now, I think Sarah has got a really good chance of being the winner.
Okay, real quick, Taryn, the winner of Big Brother will be?
It's almost. I think it's almost 50-50 between Godfrey and Sarah, but Sarah has the edge.
Wow, so you're bullish on Godfrey.
I really think he has a shot.
What's his path to the end?
Him and Ashley, or him and Brittany.
Okay.
Okay.
He has a better shot against Ashley, I think, honestly.
You think that's him winning HOH? Do you think either one of them will take him over the other?
If in the final three, I think Sarah and Ashley will both take him.
Sarah and Brittany would both take Godfrey?
Oh, Brittany wouldn't. Brittany wouldn't. Brittany would take Sarah. Yeah.
Would take Sarah. Yeah. You think Sarah is would take Godfrey if given the option?
I think Sarah might cut Brittany in favor of Godfrey, but if I had to guess, I'd say she'd take Sarah. But she'd take Brittany.
Okay. Excellent.
See,
I love that John. Go ahead.
The problem I see with Ashley and Godfrey getting there together, I almost feel like I don't know how that would happen, because could they both survive this final four vote?
Basically, Ash or God need to win the veto and take out Brittany.
And then take out Brittany. Yeah, I mean, it is very possible. Honestly, that would be an ideal situation. What I would like to see going into the final three. So.
Okay. All right. And Shannon, the winner will be who?
Sarah, but I do think that if Godfrey gets there with Ashley, granted, it depends on how he gets there though, because people might factor in if she wins all the comp and then takes him there versus if he actually wins something and then takes her there and cuts Sarah, then I think he would have a much better shot against her. But if Sarah's with anyone, I think she has it.
Yeah, I think Sarah. I just feel like this season has kind of been her story. I feel like that it's been all the way through. She's been such a big part. She's been up. She's been down. She's been low. She's been high. Oh my God. It's the story of Sarah.
Well, I think unfortunately for her, she hasn't.
She hasn't. Oh wait, hold on. You cut out for a second. What was that?
I think unfortunately for her, she hasn't been high.
No, she hasn't been high. Okay, well we'll see. We'll see what happens on Wednesday night. All right, Spencer, thank you so much for coming on with us. How do we check out On the Block with Spencer McCrae?
It's on YouTube. Just go there and subscribe. And check us out. You can also follow me at Spencer B. Clawson or McCrae at McCrae Chum and look for our tweets that go out with links. We've been really bad about that this season. We've both been in a couple transitions, and BBCAN3 we've been keeping up with it, but not podcasting like we should. So,
okay. Will you be periscoping as much as McCrae?
No, I probably will not.
Yeah, sometimes I see it pops up all the time. Oh, McCrae is periscoping here. One time I watched him play pool against like his grandfather or something.
Really?
What am I watching?
Oh man, he's just a laugh a minute, huh? Golly. Play a game of snooker with Grandpa there in the lodge in Minnesota. I'm sure that was captivating.
You got to step your game up, Spencer.
Yeah, I know. Watch out, Periscope. McCrae's taking you by storm.
Live feeds are back.
Yeah.
All right. Great stuff tonight. Very fun, Spencer. And I do hope that if you're up for it, I want to do this talking through all these twists that we could come up with. Maybe we'll put one good idea out there and we'll see it on TV someday.
That'd be awesome. Hey, if you decide to do that, involve me. Get a hold of me. I'll drop everything and come do it.
I'm just putting it's on Mike Bloom to work on getting all these ideas together.
All right.
So then, if you're listening to the audio version of this or you're watching us here live, then we're going to post my interviews with Zach and Peely from yesterday. That's going to be following this on the episode here that you're listening to right now. So we are going to be then back here on Tuesday to cover everything that happens over the weekend, and then we will set you up for the finale night, and then we'll be live after the finale this Wednesday night to wrap up Big Brother Canada 3. All right. Thank you guys so much. Great stuff tonight, Spencer. Pleasure talking to you again, and have a great weekend, everybody. And don't forget, if you are a Survivor fan, Evolution of Strategy Volume 2 dropped today. So go ahead. You can check that out at evolutionofstrategy.com. We talked all about Survivor Guatemala. It's 9 hours or 8.5 hours on Survivor Guatemala, Spencer. What a way to spend Memorial Day weekend.
I'm here. Hold on. I'm writing that down right now. Okay. I've marked my calendar. Watch out, Memorial Day.
All right, everybody. Have a good Take care. Bye.